Julianna, first year.
My name is Ali and I'm in second year Bachelor of Health Science.
I'm Bonnie and I'm in third year Health Science.
I'm Maddie and I'm in third year.
Alright, my name is Katie. Today we're going to be talking to a bunch of students at McMaster and Musk and seeing what they think about health science students and the program in general. And then we're going to show this footage to real-life health science students and see what they have to say and any myths they can either confirm or deny. So without further ado, let's go! We have found our first participant. My name is Katie. What's your name?
Elias.
Elias? Okay, so my first question is, what do you know about health science?
Also, like a lot of, I know, misconceptions about the program as well. You see a lot of like posts about it on like Math Confessions or...
Yes, there's a lot of posts about us on Math Confessions, especially salty posts. It's full of sodium.
Things on Facebook.
It's hard to get in the program, but once they're in the program, a lot of their courses I've heard are easier, more like thinking and like sharing and stuff. There are certain courses that don't seem that difficult.
And it's kind of like, it's just easier than the other sciences, but like, I don't know.
It's kind of easy once you get into the program. I mean, you need to be really smart to get in.
To be completely honest, these are pretty chill myths about health sci. Like, they're not saying anything mean.
Like what I've heard, like stereotypically, that's like super easy.
There's the one that they don't actually work that hard.
I don't like that. Oh, dude, I'm literally working so hard, so either I'm dumb or there's an issue with that.
Even though it is hard to get in, but I always hear that like once you're in there, it's not quite the hardest. They kind of like, you get to chill out a little bit.
It's very true that we get chill out a little bit, but a lot of the time that like we don't have for classes is for group work. For example, like in my second year class, every day of the week for 2 hours, I was in a group meeting for this one course that was only 3 units long.
I was assuming something around like mid-90s, like just to get accepted. Like I kind of knew that you needed like over 90 to get considered, but to actually get accepted, I was thinking like maybe somewhere like mid-90s and above.
I know it's like, well, it's considered like the pre-med of Canada because Canada doesn't really have pre-med programs.
Oh, everyone's doing medicine.
I don't know that they are studying to maybe go into medicine.
Okay.
Like every person who's like has the highest grades really wants to come to health science. I think it might be the whole thing where people really want to be doctors or something.
Have like non-traditional ways of testing in terms of like TRIPSIs/RAPSIs and like OCATs, etc. So
She has health sci friends, for sure.
yeah, I don't know. That's basically like the gist of it.
You know a lot.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Wow, I'm surprised she knows those. I was gonna say, people in health science actually usually are very creative because the testing they make you do, the way they teach you certain stuff, makes you have to think outside of the box, makes you have to, go out of your way to discover new stuff, new ways of learning. It's not only memorization. So it is different. It's not easy, it's different.
I think all health sci people
Generalization.
are willing to do is like go into med school and that they're given easy marks.
Don't they like take a yoga class?
Hey! The yoga class is so annoying for the fact that I think I've done yoga and habits like for 10 minutes and it was really badly done.
Called the habits course. It's a course where they teach you how to like build good habits. What are some things you can do to improve your like daily life?
How would you describe a typical health science student?
Studious, wanting to do well in life, and ambitious. Yeah.
What I perceive of them is that they're usually really well-rounded, so they're good in academics and they're mostly involved with other extracurriculars as well. Most of them I know have other passions, so they don't just study, they also like to do other things such as, perform or sing or dance.
I think that's a really cool point because a lot of health science, like we have so many other talents, like there's a lot of artistic health science, and then they're taking like a biomedical graphics course that our program offers. So our program has a lot of different interesting electives that we can take that sort of show that we're interested in different things.
They're all pretty smart and they do a lot of group work together.
They're really smart. Yeah, and then it's easier than life sci, but harder to get into.
I can feel them I can feel like it's probably really competitive, like, and everyone just like is really stressed out and all the time. I guess that's kind of how I picture it.
I don't know much, but I know just based off like Facebook posts around McMaster confessions and stuff like that, a lot of people say that health science students and life science students don't get along, or health science students trash life science students.
Okay, that's interesting. Probably happens both ways.
I have a lot of life science friends, and we're not trashing each other. Like, I think that's just pushed to an extreme because drama is interesting.
People just seem to not like them on Spotted at Mac or Mac Confession. They just not like them, but like, you know, they're just like, oh, health science again.
How you feeling?
It was a bit rough. The life side, health side beef I kind of get during welcome week. We went in the circle and I said I was in health side. I was told that they couldn't talk to me, so that was fun.
All right, so my first question is, was that what you expected?
Yes.
They were really tame.
A lot of the answers saying that it's hard to get into, it's a bit easier for us, that we have group work, etc. I was expecting all of this from, especially since I also read Mac Confessions.
Maybe my friends just really like to bash on me. I was the designated health side to make fun of in first year, and that stiffed through with my friends that are not on my program since, but you know, I know it comes with love, so it's fine.
One of the other one is everyone's going into med school. Reactions. Can you confirm or deny this?
But yeah, not everyone. I don't like the word everyone or everything or all the people in a certain situation, because that's never true.
That's definitely not true.
I was talking to other people in my program, and a lot of them actually don't want to go into medicine, that they want to go into like maybe the business side of medicine. But not everybody that I met has wanted to become a doctor in the end.
The one that came up was that everyone in health science is really smart. What do you think about that?
Everyone in health science is very smart. Everyone in health science has to be very creative, I'll tell you that. Like, you have to, it makes you think outside of the box.
There's a lot of bright kids, but I think everybody's like, I would say everybody in the program is hardworking, I wouldn't say everybody's smart.
Okay, one of the things someone said that I didn't include in the video because my mic wasn't on, so I didn't have good audio, was that health science people seem to be pretentious.
Like, I don't like that generalization, because I do think there are people in our program, and I'm sure every program, who give it a bad name. There are those people who might be out to only get extracurriculars or whatever, like they're really ambitious and like they might come off as presumptuous, but I think that exists always, and it's not necessarily health side.
Great. And so 3 of the myths that were mostly talked about were, 1, it's an easy program. Is this true?
I would say relative to other programs, I see that like our testing's a bit different, so I see how it can be perceived as easy, but I wouldn't say it's like an easy program in general. Like, we're still doing a good amount of work.
So I don't think it's easy, it is different.
I understand where that misconception comes from, because our schemes are very different than a lot of other programs, especially because we don't have a lot of exams. I do think a lot of people don't understand how much work goes into a lot of our courses, especially the ones such as inquiry and everything. Like, yeah, you might be able to slide through doing nothing, but if you're actually trying to learn, the work seems almost never ending.
Last questions is, why do you think these myths exist?
Like, every program, they all have their own stereotypes. It's just like fun to point out some like common characteristics among health science and to create a little bit of like spicy drama on Mac Confessions.
I don't know, people talk. We make fun of our own program so much too that it makes sense that it ripples through. Again, like, I think it's like these stereotypes exist for every single program. You could say things that generalize engineering and life science and soc sci. I don't think they're necessarily a bad thing just because it like lets students know how different people learn. It just, when people take these stereotypes and actually apply them to real interaction with the people and just use that as their assumptions for who everyone is when I find it to be a problem.